Today, we're diving into something called Buen Vivir. It's this really profound indigenous philosophy from South America, and it's actually starting to challenge the very foundations of social work. It gives us a totally new way to think about well-being, about community, and even our relationship with the planet.
So, let's start with a big question. Are our current models of well-being even working anymore? I mean, when you look around at all the social fragmentation, the inequality, the ecological crisis, you have to wonder, right? It kind of seems like our focus on just individual success and endless growth is falling short. It's just not equipped to handle these huge interconnected problems.
And this isn't just some abstract academic debate. It's happening right now. In fact, in a huge signal of just how important this is, the official theme for World Social Work Day in 2024 was Buen Vivir. That kind of global recognition really shows you how urgently the profession is looking for new ways of thinking, for new frameworks.
Okay, so what is Buen Vivir, really? To get what it means for the future, we've got to go back and explore its indigenous roots first.
All right, so Buen Vivir, or as it's known in the Quechua language, Sumak Kawsay, comes from the indigenous peoples of the Andes. You'll often see it translated as good living or even life and plenitude. And get this, its influence is so huge that it's actually been written right into the constitutions of both Ecuador and Bolivia. That's pretty amazing.
At its heart, Buen Vivir is a really holistic worldview. It's a direct critique of our consumerist, individualistic society. Instead, it's all about promoting harmony between humans, the community, and nature. So, well-being isn't about how much money you have in the bank. It's seen as a collective, even spiritual state that's built on solidarity and a deep respect for the planet. And that's really the core idea right there. The source material puts it perfectly. It's about putting community and collectivity at the center. It's a move way beyond just focusing on our own individual security. Okay, so how does an ancient philosophy like this connect to the day-to-day grind of modern social work? Let's dig into that connection.
Now, this next point is absolutely crucial. Buen Vivir offers an alternative to development, not just an alternative development. See the difference? It's not about just tweaking the current system. The goal isn't to just, include more people in our market-driven world. It's to completely transform society into one that's community-focused and biocentric. And that just means it values all life, not only human life.
And when you look at it, the alignment with core social work values is, wow, it's really striking. That focus on community, it just clicks perfectly with collaborative and anti-oppressive practice. The whole holistic worldview, it supports empowerment, relational approaches, all the things we talk about. Buen Vivir basically gives us this powerful new framework to put our professional ethics into practice in a much, much deeper way.
But this is more than just finding some shared values. We're talking about a fundamental ethical shift. By embracing something like Buen Vivir, social work can start what you might call a decolonial journey. It's a chance to rethink its own history and make a decisive move away from an individual focus toward a collective one. And if you put Buen Vivir next to other world philosophies, you can really see how unique it is. So a lot of European traditions, they tend to focus on the individual. A concept like Ubuntu in Africa, that centers the community. But Buen Vivir, well, it goes one step further. Its core unit is community plus nature. The whole goal is harmony, and that includes absolutely all living beings.
This slide really lays out the contrast, doesn't it? The Western paradigm is rooted in what's called anthropocentrism, basically a human-centered view. And that's what has guided social work to focus on individual rights inside a market system. Buen Vivir just offers a totally different path. It's one that's all about collective responsibility, that biocentric worldview we mentioned, and a real transformation of society.
And that right there is what the sources are calling a decolonial pathway. It's an opportunity for the field of social work to consciously step away from its often Eurocentric roots. By putting the collective first and completely rethinking our relationship with nature, the profession can build a new, more inclusive mission for itself. So where do we go from here? What does all this mean for the future of social work? Let's talk about the implications. Well, for one thing, this shift is being embraced at the very highest levels. The International Federation of Social Workers, or IFSW, has adopted what they call a pluriversal perspective. Now, what that means is that they're officially recognizing that there isn't just one right way of seeing the world. They're actively learning from indigenous worldviews like Buen Vivir and Ubuntu to help shape social work practice all over the globe.
And again, this isn't just theory. This perspective gives us a real practical pathway to some pretty big goals. It helps us frame our work around things like co-developing peace,
building solidarity between generations, and co-creating a truly just and equal world.
Ultimately, Buen Vivir offers what one source calls a meaningful discursive space. That's a bit academic, but what it means is that it gives social workers a powerful new language, a language to defend cultural identity, to protect territory, and to build relationships with nature that aren't based on commodification, where nature isn't just seen as a resource to be bought and sold.
So let's end with a question for all of us to think about, whether you're a student, an academic, or a practitioner out in the field. How can we take these incredible principles and use them to inspire our work? How do we build a social work that doesn't just help individuals, but one that actively co-builds a more just and sustainable future for all beings? That, right there, is both the challenge and the amazing opportunity that Buen Vivir offers us.